Hey y'all, and welcome to the Ladywing Designs channel. My name is Zakia, and we are here for another WIP update. So today is Thursday, November the 12th, 2020, and for time reference, it's just before 10 in the morning. Don't ask what I was about to say, I don't know. Yeah, so I pretty much just woke up. I have not even taken the time to knit or something and get myself together, so we're gonna see how this goes. Um, Welcome. Whether you are a returning viewer or a new one, I am so glad you're here. Thank you for being here, for commenting, for liking, subscribing, all the things. What else? I even took notes and I'm still not using them. So yeah, it is Thursday the 12th. If you have been following the channel this month and looking at the content, you'll know that I've been doing November vlogs, video logs. Anyway, you'll know that I've been doing November vlogs because November is my birthday month. My birthday's not till the 26th, but I figured, I've been feeling like vlogging, and so what better time? Yeah, plus I know a lot of people do like Vlogmas and Flossmas, and yeah, I didn't necessarily want to be a part of that chaos. So I figured maybe if I do mine during November, anyway, whatever. I have kind of been toying with the idea of doing Vlogmas. I don't know if that's happening yet, so don't hold your breath. Other things, so I've worn this shirt a few times. No one's asked, but it's one of my favorites. Oh gosh, let's scoot back and then do that. Yeah. So it says classy, sassy, and a bit smart-assy. It's totally true. Totally me. My boyfriend got this a couple of years ago when he went on vacation. I love it. It's one of my favorite shirts. Okay, so there's that. Just thought I'd mention because I've worn it a few times and I always mean to read it and I never do. So there you go. What else? The only other really admin thing is that I started a Buy Me a Pattern page. So I'm sure all of you have heard of Buy Me a Coffee. That's the website that it's on, but you can change the item that people are buying you. And since I don't drink coffee, I changed it to Buy Me a Pattern because honestly, that's more likely what I would buy anyway. Yeah, so that link is below, along with all the links for everything that I'm going to talk about today, and where you can find me. All of that is down below. Um, what was I about to say? Yeah, don't feel obligated or like you have to support to be here, but if you would like to support the channel somehow and you have the means to, that is there. All of the money from those donations are going to be used towards the channel, towards um, designing, toward just, crafty business things that aren't my personal spending, right? So I'm not actually going to use them. I'm not actually going to use the donations to buy myself a pattern. It's all going back into the business pretty much. So there's that. It's down below. Okay, I think that is all the chit chat that I wanted to do. Do, say, whatever, you know what I mean? Y'all, this is gonna be I can already tell if you like the rambling, random Zakia, this is going to be your episode. I can feel it. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into the crafting. I'm essentially going to have three different sections today. I have cross stitch to talk about. Well, first I'm going to talk about finishes, which is kind of mixed because one of them is knitting. But then I'm going to go through my cross stitch, my knitting, and then I have been spinning lately. And if you don't know what that is, spinning fiber into yarn. So we'll get there. And I actually have a little bit of retail therapy today. I have stitchy kindness, I got all the things. So let's get started. First, okay, finished objects. So this is the only knitting finished object that I have, and also to mention, all of these finished objects are from the end of October. So I guess if you haven't been watching the vlogs, you won't have any idea about this stuff. Um, I I have to keep remembering like what I have said like in previous vlogs. Okay, pause. We're not quite done with admin. So if you have been watching the vlogs, you'll know, because today's the 12th, you'll know that I have missed a few days in posting. That is because I hit another wall with my editing software. What is 2020? So that is part of the reason that I started the Buy Me a Pattern. And I started it a few days before I had another editing issue, but that is one of the reasons that I started it, because the first thing I'm going to buy is going to be my editing software again, or, you know, figure something out. So, all that to say, the vlogs are still happening. I am still recording them. These last few days have been kind of short, but I am still recording them, and they are going to still be uploaded, like one for each day. So, you'll be able to go back and watch them. That's why I'm trying to keep them short in the first place. And there's also a playlist, and I think it pops up over here for you. I think so. I will put up a card for the November Vlogs playlist. Um, yeah, I have them all there if you have missed any and you want to watch them. Sorry, I have to remind myself where to put the card because I'm not editing this and I'm not going to watch back because I'm not editing. Anyway, okay, that was all the admin. So vlogs are still happening. Just be patient with me. And I'm gonna be doing WIP updates and craft with me still during November. There won't be like a ton of them, but yeah, there will be those. People asked for them, so there's that. Okay, now we're done. Um, Finished objects. So end of October is when I finished all 4 of these. And yes, I said 4. So this is my second, sorry y'all, I got something in my eye. This is my second Fits the Whole Fan hat. And that's a pattern by Cozy Up Knits. And here it is. I love it. Um, you can maybe kind of tell that there's a gradient here. It goes from there's like a black and then a gray, and then you can see it's more like white neutral tones in the center, and then gray, and then black. That is because this pattern is designed for you to hold 3 strands of fingering weight together, to basically make like an Aran weight. Well, I guess worsted or Aran. Anyway, it's meant for you to hold multiple strands together. And as you can see, it's all just a 1x1 rib. This is a free pattern, so I'm not giving anything away. I've been knitting a lot of free patterns lately. You're gonna figure that out. Yeah, and then you just like decrease at the top. It's super fast, y'all, because you're knitting with such big needles, because you have so many strands held together. So highly recommend this. What else did I want to say? The yarns that I used, I will link down below. I didn't grab any of them. The gradient was 1. You can kind of see blips of that green. It looks kind of yellow on here, but it's green, and some purple. That's another strand. And then there was the other strand you can't really see between those two, but it has like, it was like a brown beige-ish type base. I don't know if you can really see it. It kind of, the brown part of it shows up really well right there, but I don't know if you can see it all that well. It's very cloudy in Tuscaloosa this week. I'm in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, if anyone is wondering. Yeah, it's been really cloudy this week, so the lighting is not all that great. But yeah, so I finished this hat. Okay, next. I've already been wearing it too. This one and the first one have already been worn and come in handy, so that's really nice. Okay, that was the only knitting FO. So the stitching FOs, you'll remember that I was working on this meow kit from Dimensions. There you go. So it just says meow and it has the cat. And here's my finish on that. So this was fairly quick. Granted, I was like in love with it and trying to just power through and get it done. So I think it took me 4 days. Y'all, I really enjoyed this. This was a really good like break stitch, like in between other projects, I mean. So I bought this kit at Walmart. There was another one that I kind of want to buy. Sad part is that I was just at Walmart and I didn't think about this. It's fine. I needed to buy other things. But yeah, so you can see in the hoop, and it's a whole kit. I didn't grab the hoop part, but you can see there was the floss. They gave you the needle, the fabric, and the hoop for finishing. You can see in the hoop there that they like cut off like the nose part, like the bottom bit of the cat. I don't like that. So mine will show the entire thing because I love that cute little pink nose down there. Like, why would you cover that up? So yeah, I love it. Super excited that this is done. This is going to be a Christmas present for someone. And yeah, I'm stoked. So there is that. This was, like I said, on the kit fabric, which was 14 count Aida. And I had enough floss where I probably, like the 2 strands look fine to me, but I totally had enough floss where I could have used 3 strands if I'd wanted. So there was I'm not going to take it out because the thing is super sticky, but you can see like there's a ton of floss still left over. Maybe you would run out of black, but you know, I feel like everyone has some type of black floss that you could also use, but there's totally enough to do that again. So I haven't decided. I'm partially thinking about just doing a giveaway, but I suck at sending out giveaway prizes. I still need to figure that out. When I have some things that I'm gonna be sending. I'm hoping to make Christmas presents for some people. Some of my crafty friends also, and of course none of them live here, so I'll have to like ship all that stuff out. I have a plan that I will be finding the giveaway stuff and finding people's addresses and sending them these things because it's ridiculous, y'all. It's ridiculous. I'm pretty sure that some of these things I have potentially like had for a year and a half, 2 years after picking winners. What's the point of doing a giveaway if you're not going to actually give this stuff away? Doesn't make sense. Anyway, thank you to everyone that has won a prize and hasn't like been super angry about it. Some of you might not even remember that you had a prize, but thank you for not, or maybe you should be yelling at me and maybe I would have sent it to you by now. Anyway, next finished object was Frankenstein. So it's been folded and y'all, I should really wash my things at least after I finish them because, you know, they're traveling and stuff. I don't. That's why everything's still wrinkled because I'm not going to iron it until I wash it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm living dangerously. That's what I'm doing. Anyway, so this is the Frankenstein Sal. It was a mystery Sal. It is obviously all revealed now. This was charted by Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts for the Stitching Book Club. It was a read-along, stitch-along, but I did not read. Oh well. I've read Frankenstein before. That was why I was like, yes, I must stitch this. So I'm missing out because I read it 5 years ago, but I'm not missing out because I have at least read it before. My memory is not that great to, like, you know, I've only read it once, that one time during high school, so I should have read it again. It's fine. Yeah, so here's the project. I just love it. I stitched this in DMC 3809. It is on 32 count gray linen. Yeah, I love it. I love this piece. So, and you can see I put my signature here above the 2020. This, this border here was the last part that we got, and that was so fun to stitch. I really enjoyed that. It adds kind of like a fun element to the pattern, I feel. Um, yeah, I don't know. I love it. I absolutely love it. So the pattern, the last part came out a little bit early so that people could finish it and have it FFO'd and displayed for Halloween if they wanted. Yeah, no, I just finished it and then, well, I did look at it again because I showed it multiple times on this channel. It's fine. It's all fine. So next, okay. Um, next, I was supposed to start this on Indigenous Peoples Day, which is October the 12th. But I was late. Of course I was. Whatever. This pattern came out a little bit before that. It is No New Worlds by Ardith Designs. And as you can see, it says No New Worlds. This was, I don't want to say celebrating, remembering the fact that colonists and explorers were not the first people over here. Okay, I had a whole nother side story for that, but we're not going there. Anyway, they were not the first people here. There were indigenous people that were here living their lives just fine before everyone else got here. So this was not a new world. It was, yeah, it was here already. There were people here already. So yeah, there is, I think that's a bit better on the color also in that floss. So I stitched this on 36 count vintage pear linen from Lakeside Linens. Um, I'm not gonna like show it off, but my Painted Wings project is on this fabric as well. And I stitched this with Color and Cotton Carolina Blue, right? Yes. Color and Cotton Carolina Blue, which, dude, it's totally Tar Heels. It's totally Tar Heels. I love the variegation in this floss so much. Like, it's, come on, fabric. It's very highly uh, variegated, and I love it. Oh yeah, you can see it very well there. It's perfect. So, yeah, I saw this fabric. It was sitting, I'm pointing to like my uh, storage containers. It was sitting on top of one, and I was like, oh, green fabric. And then I thought about this floss, and I was like, yeah, green and blue for earth. Like, it has to happen. So that's how that came about. And it was super quick. I started and finished this in one day. And I loved it because the way that it's charted, I started up here in this corner. I worked this way and then jumped down, worked back, jumped down, worked this way, and then jumped down and just worked back. Like, it was charted in a way that I didn't have to like break my floss and join somewhere else. Like, it was perfect. So yeah, okay, there's that project. And then the last FO, oh my gosh, how are we already at 20 minutes? It's gonna be a long one, y'all. Sorry, not sorry. I'm only doing this in one take because I can't edit. Like, I'm gonna have to pause to grab other projects and things, but it's still all gonna be in one video, so take breaks. That's all I can say. So this last FO is from the Just Cross Stitch August, yep, August 2020 issue. And it is Merry Mermaid by Nikki's Creations. And that is what the original looks like. So let me open up to my finish. Oh, there we go. Now this piece of fabric you have seen multiple times and has all the projects on it because waste not, want not. And yes, I will eventually cut the projects off. I really should do that so I know exactly how much fabric I have to work with. I'm lazy. It's working out so far. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway. Okay, so I was going to hold this up together. So this is the original, obviously, and this is my version. So you can see okay, I'm holding this up because I wanted to talk about the changes that I made. Let me get my life together here. So obviously I did a skin conversion because I'd rather the mermaid be black. Honestly, this wasn't even necessarily... I always think about skin conversion because I'm black, obviously. But this one, I just thought, you know, I want a black mermaid. It makes me think about, what's the name of that pattern? Dark Waters by Heaven and Earth Designs. Just go look it up. I forget who the artist is on that one. I think their name starts with a J. I forget who the artist is, but Jessie Marie started it. Maybe somebody else that I watch also. But it features a black mermaid. So I always think about that. I'm like, well, I'm not stitching that, and I would like a black mermaid. So there you go. So skin conversion, I moved this top wave over. So what I did, I counted, hold on. So I counted like up from the crown and started here. Like I basically just shifted it over, but I just started here and kept going and then added a couple more waves to the end. Because I didn't like this with all of this like empty space in this corner. So I moved the wave so that it would square it up just a little bit. And I think it did, so that worked out. What was the other change? These waves, these two at the bottom here, I changed to the lighter blue, and the one at the top, I changed to the lighter blue, because on the original chart, this little wave here is the only one in the lighter blue, and everything else is the dark blue. So I changed that. I love it. I used all the called for DMC. If you go back and find my post on Instagram, they are all listed, and that goes for all of these. Yeah, I need to figure out the blog and get some... Sorry if you can hear my neighbors. I need to figure out some system so that I can start posting my conversions there again. I'll figure it out. It'll happen. Anyway, so there is that. This was stitched on 36 count, tags right here, Legacy from Picture This Plus. I got it in the fabric package from my friend Teresa. Okay, there's that. So there's all the finished objects. So let's go into WIPs, which are works in progress. Okay, I'm gonna take a sip of water real quick, and then we're gonna talk about some WIPs. Okay, sorry if that was a super loud noise. I feel like it was because that was right next to my laptop. Sorry. Okay. Uh, this was... Yeah, so the first two projects I worked on at the end of October. The first one is Relentless. So I, of course, don't have a picture here. Well, I'm doing conversions anyway. Regardless, this is Relentless. Regardless, this is Relentless. That's... Okay, anyway. This pattern is by Ink Circles, and if you want to join along in stitching it, you can hashtag it Relentless Love Sal, S-A-L, on Instagram. I started this Sal back in June for Pride Month. Um, I actually started the project at the end of May, but then I waited on a couple friends to also start. So I stitched a little bit and then I put it up until June. And we worked on it for Pride Month, and well, okay, we were all basically still working on it. Um, okay, original pattern is by Ink Circles. It was released in 2015 to celebrate the legalization of gay marriage. So I don't know how I didn't know about this pattern, but I didn't. I was on Ink Circle's website one day and saw it and was like, oh, yes, please, I need this. So, I mean, the past few Junes have always been very tense with Black Lives Matter being in the talks. It's happened every summer for like 3 years now. Um, like in the crafty community, really big. And this year, definitely there was a more global, national push towards recognizing that Black Lives Matter. So I knew that I wanted to do some type of brown conversion. And then Mocha, who is Millennium Stitcher, I will link her below. She is Millennium Stitcher on Instagram. She actually came up with a conversion. So I was just thinking about the browns, but I hadn't actually like really thought about it and figured it out yet. And she has a highlight on her Instagram profile where you can look at the conversion and read a little bit, and then just message her if you would like it. But yeah, so she added the change for these crosses here on some of the arrows, and I switched up a little bit how she had them charted to represent the transgender symbol. And then as you can see, I have this light blue that I've just barely started. That is also a color conversion to represent the blue in the transsexual pride flag. So that'll be another change. And then she changed the center bit to brown, and then like these on all four sides, and this in all four corners. So it's two different shades of brown because black and brown people. So yeah. Anyway, I love it. I love it. Anyway, so those are conversions. I I don't know if this conversion is linked on Instagram yet because I haven't put all the colors in. So I will link my colors for this down below. Um, I'll try to specify if there are enough characters because I have a lot of things to link. I'll try to specify which colors I have and haven't done yet so you'll know what you're seeing here. But anyway, I'm using all DMC, some of the called for, some of them conversions. This is on 32 count um, Light Mocha linen. I should know that. I stitch like so many things on this fabric because I have a bunch of it. And yeah, needle minders are from 1884 Stitchery and StitchnButton. I love it. So as you can see, I've barely started this blue. I thought I was ready to like get back in it and work on the next color, and I wasn't. So yeah. Since you all have seen it, I did finish the green, so the cool colors have started, and I have three more. This light blue, a darker blue, and a purple. We're getting there. I just don't feel like working on it. Um, okay, I'm gonna set this on the floor. So next, I've been on a full coverage kick, y'all. Um, so this was started at the end of October because I had all of these finishes, and then so I made a weekend out of it. I was like, okay, if you do all these finishes, then you get a new start because I was really wanting to start this project, and I did. So this is Song of the Space Turtle by Pain Free Crafts. And I just I don't know. I just love the whimsical look of this. Sorry. Okay. I'm looking at the reflection of things in it doesn't matter. Okay, let me stop being weird. Anyway, so this is Song of the Space Turtle. I started this like I said at the end of October, and y'all, I was so obsessed. I don't know if it was because it was a new start or what, but I am here for it. Um, so let me hold on because I have to. There's something on this fabric that I don't need anyone to see. So not because it's bad, but because it's like a secret project. So okay, it's actually fabulous, and I cannot wait until I can show you a picture of this. Oh no. Hold please. Oh, they're all parked? When you don't okay, seriously? Okay, my needle minders, ow, I think I just threw a needle. That's great. My needle minders are sticking together because of course they are. Oh great, okay. I'll figure that out in a minute. I was trying to get all the threads out of the way, but I didn't realize they're all parked threads. That makes a lot more sense. Y'all, I'm trying to live my life. Oh no, I really hope. Okay, hopefully that didn't show up on screen at all. Ah. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. So, hopefully you didn't see too much of it. I don't think you saw enough to figure it out. And if you did, oh well. I can't edit it out, so oh well. Okay, so here is where I am. This is all page one, y'all. So I worked on this, I don't know how many days actually, 2 or 3. Um, so I started going a bit into page 2 here. You can see I've started my feathering on the side and at the bottom of the page. Yeah, and then here are my parked threads. So I was not expecting this. Like, I know that the pattern isn't like huge compared to like heights and things as far as stitch count, but I am already at the moon. Hold on, let me bring my, come on tablet. Okay, let me bring my picture back up here so you can see it. Like, I'm already at the moon. What? Crazy. So, yeah, I love it. I am seriously enjoying this. It was only a few colors up here, so oh man, I was really tired of this pink. But yeah, my goal was to like get it done on this page, so I did. So now I am working on the moon. You can see I have parked threads here. I really need to get back to this one. Yeah, it's a fun stitch so far. So there is that. I'm stitching it 1/1 full cross on 25 count easy grid Lugana. So yay. Okay, there's that. That's as much as I've done. I haven't touched it since I got to that point. Okay, so the next full coverage brings us to November plans. In the full coverage fanatics group for November, they are doing. Oh, this goes with Relentless. Okay, in full coverage fanatics, they're doing this month the Wheel of Fortune challenge, right? Yes. Yes. Wheel of Fortune inspired challenge. They're calling it Wheel of Fortune because it was inspired by that. So basically, there are 3 different sets of words: seasonal, northern hemisphere, and southern hemisphere. You pick which set of words you want to go with, and then you also have to pick your stitch level. So you can pick 50 stitches, 250 stitches, or 500 stitches. Big guess which one I went for, because overachiever here. Yeah, the 500 stitches. It's fine. I was going for 250 at first, but then I was like, but why not just do the 500? So anyway, it got changed at the last minute. Yeah, so then each word, you take whatever stitch count you chose and you put in that many stitches for each letter. And for each word, you can only use one project. So, okay, so this first one I finished, so we'll talk about it. So this first word, I'm still like trying to wake up, y'all. The first word that I actually stitched for was family. So 6 letters times 500 stitches each is 3,000 stitches. And I did that on Fairy Circle. So here's what the full project looks like. Um, it's Fairy Circle by Carolyn Manning Designs. I love it. I love it. And I made some really good progress on this. So let me find. Okay, hold. Literally, I'm not prepared, y'all. So I got a lot of stitching done on this. Like, y'all, I'm so proud of myself. Come on, come on, come on. Load, load, load. Okay. Fairy circle. So here's my starting point. That's where I was when I started the challenge, right? Okay, you ready? And if you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen this. But here's where I was. So when I picked ahead of time what projects I was going to work on for each word. And I did that so that I could also be like finishing parks at the same time for the National Parks Challenge, which is also in Full Coverage Fanatics. It's their yearly challenge for this year. So they took 25 of the national parks and just like listed them. And for each park, you can only work on one project and you have to put in 4,000 stitches. So if you finish them by the end of the year, which I won't, you would have done 100,000 stitches. Um, yeah, so I was like, oh hey, that's perfect. I can work on like getting some more parks, finishing some parks that I already started, all of that. So anyway, fairy circle. Okay, here is where I got to. Let me make sure I'm holding this the right way. I am. Dude, did I close that out? No. So starting point, ending point. I love it. So I got just a little bit over 3,000 stitches put in on this, and I already had the entire thing gridded. It's kind of starting to fade at the bottom. I'll have to go over it again when I get down there, but that's fine. So I think you can see that I gridded the entire thing before I started this project so that I could jump around as I wanted or needed to. Yeah, but I basically finished this corner over here. It is all filled in. I love it. So let me bring this closer. Oh, I love it. The blues and the purples and the different shades of green, oh, I love it. So as you can see on this side, I am almost to the top right corner, which is really exciting. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. So this was fun. I don't think it'll come back out this year because I did a lot of work on it at that point. If it does come out, it'll be sometime in December, probably middle or late December, but probably not because I'll be trying to finish gifts by then. Yeah, so I'm using all the called for DMC. This is on 18 count aida, 2/1, full cross. Yeah, the grid pin, because you'll see this on the next project as well. The grid pin that I use is the sorry for the glare, y'all. Bowen mechanical chalk pencil. And it's extra fine, is also in the title thing. Again, I'll link it below. It comes with white lead. I bought mine off of Amazon. It comes with the white lead, and then they sell different colors of lead that you can buy, obviously, because white is not going to show up on white. And yeah, it's just a mechanical pencil. So there's an eraser there, and you literally just click it, and there's your lead. Yeah, I really enjoy that. So that is Fairy Circle. Okay, I have like 3 weeks to catch all up on. This is ridiculous. Snape. I'm not going to do that because that's going to be loud. I was going to put my needle minders. I keep the ones that I'm not using like right here next to my... Hold on. I'm going to take a picture for you and just show you. So... Okay. And this is... And that's the scene there. So my coffee table, the foundation of it is metal. So I just... I stick the needle minders on that when they're not in use, and like they have extra needles up there, all the things. Okay, so the next project that I worked on is Snape. I'm gonna have to show you pictures because he is still in the Q-snap here. That's not what I wanted. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so again, when I moved on to Snape, it was for the Wheel of Fortune challenge. I had him slotted for 4,000 stitches because where he was before I started was basically right at, like, I had just started a new park, so I just slotted him for 4,000 stitches. So here is where I started. So you can see I had like all of this corner over here to do. I had just, you can just barely see the open quotation marks and the, you know what? I should show you what Snape looks like first. Hold. So this pattern is Severus Snape by the Cross Stitch Salon. It was a free pattern that she had on her Facebook. I think that she took it down. I think she's kind of like rotated the free patterns that are up there because I think there are still some, but I don't think Snape was up there anymore. I checked a while ago. But yeah, so by the Cross Stitch Salon, I will link her Etsy shop below. She has a bunch of cute patterns. So this is what Snape will look like. So Snape and the castle bit up here, and then his doe Patronus, and then the word says always. And you can see the quote marks around it. So that is where I started. Oops. So that's where I started. I was coming across the halfway point of this pattern, so it's 199 stitches tall. So this is the 100 stitch mark, and I was just like basically filling in this top half so that I could move to the bottom half. Again, if you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen this. So I keep feeling like I have to burp. Okay. That is what Snape looked like once I finished the top half. It's in the Q-snap and I'm not going to take it out. But that is what it looks like. Or it looks like. It does. It's just in a Q-snap. Oh my gosh. I love this. So you can see I did finish all of this. Whoops. Did finish all of that corner over there. Basically all of the word always is in, just the bottom of the Y. Pretty much the bottoms of the letters are on the next page. The castle's all done in the background. Snape himself is done. I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. So once I moved the Q-snap to this bottom half, now you can see I already had like part of this done. So I had like this brown, I think, was done, and like maybe a little bit of the green that's next to it. Yeah, so basically since I picked this back up, I have gotten myself back into my 10 by 10 diagonal that I like to work in. So the last one that I did is this one, and I'll be here when I start. So yeah, it's going well, and I went ahead and gridded I only had like the top half completely gridded at first. So I went ahead and gridded the rest of the pattern. So that is all done down to the bottom. I love it. And this is Harry Potter Central because why would it not be? So Severus Snape, again, he's on 18 count white Aida, 2/1. And the Marauders map, Grime Guard. is from Silver Moon Sewing, and my needle minders are, of course, Harry Potter. So there's my Hogwarts Wax Seal needle minder from Simply Serving, and this one says Accio Needle, and it's from Armada Designs. So yeah, that's where I am. I've just barely really gotten started down here, considering how much I already had done in this area. I've just barely gotten started. I think I have a little over 1,000 stitches left to finish the park and the Wheel of Fortune word. So yay. Okay, I am going to pause here for a second, get some knitting, or get the knitting together, and then we're gonna talk knitting. Okay, so we still got a good bit to cover, y'all. Okay, knitting. Are you ready? So this is a half-finished object. We're gonna go with that. Um, it's finished, but it's not really finished because I definitely need to block it for it to be fully finished. So you'll remember if you have been watching for a little bit that I haven't showed this in a while, but I was knitting a Siki shawl. That's spelled S-I-K-I. And the pattern is by Dawn Henderson. It's a free pattern. I think that she only has it listed on Ravelry. So just be aware if you are gonna go look at that link. And I'll try to put some PSA down there so you'll know. But the link will go to Ravelry if yeah, if you're still having issues with that. So, Siki Shawl by Dawn Henderson. I don't know. Did I put the yarn back over here? I have a really weird system for some things, y'all. Okay, so the yarn that I used, let me show you the shawl first. So this is the shawl. It's all done. I had mentioned last time that I was gonna bind off in a different color, and I did. I love it. So you'll see it's got like a really weird shape up here at the cast on. That's why it needs to be blocked because and this is another free pattern, so I'm not giving anything away. A lot of my knitting patterns have been free. I mean, it's just sign of the times. Like I can't really afford paid for patterns right now, but yeah. Oh, and am I showing the wrong side? Yes. Yes, I am. It's totally showing the wrong side. It's fine. From this far away, it's gonna look the same. It's totally showing the wrong side. Anyway, so yeah, this top bit looks really weird because, let's see if I can do this. Probably not. It's really weird to like try to hold it and, okay. So this bit, all of this is 1x1 ribbing and it stretches. So it will actually stretch and like, it's really hard to do. It's really hard to do, especially trying to show y'all, but it'll make a straight line there. You can see like as that opens up, it'll make a straight line. That's why I have to block it, so that I can stretch it. But it's huge. Like that was me stretching it. Oh my gosh, y'all. It's huge. I love it. It's gonna be super cozy. And I finished it really at the right time. I only finished it because I want to cast on a new project soon. We won't talk about that. I kind of like not having enough needles, y'all, and it actually makes me finish stuff. Or just rip things off the needles. I've done that too. Or put them on waste yarn and then still never go back to them. I've done all of the above. So anyway, it is done. The yarn that I used is, oh, that's showing up pretty well though. This is Meddlesome by Stranded Dye Works. That's showing up like perfect. Meddlesome by Stranded Dye Works. I had two skeins. This was on her MCN base, so superwash merino, cashmere, and nylon. I love it. So this is all I have left. I think it was, 11 grams. I weighed it. So I started with 223 out of both skeins. I was alternating skeins here. And I ended up with 11. So I used up a crap ton of that. I mean, basically all of the yarn. These are going to go in scrappy blankets now, scrappy projects. And then the color that I used to bind off, and I didn't do like a row before. I totally would have had enough, but yeah, I just did literally just the bind off row. Is in this color, which is it's more pink than that. Anyway, this is Love Knots by Super Crafty Girl. I don't think she's dying anymore, or they're dying anymore. But yeah, so there is the bind off there at the bottom. She gives you, in the pattern, you can either use the stretchy bind off that she has. She tells you right there one that you can use, or if you have another that's your favorite, you can use that. So I just used the one that she had written out. And yeah, that is the shawl. So I wanted to make sure that I showed it to y'all before I blocked it. So once I block it, I will show that to you again. And we can see it in all its blocked glory. Anyway, so that actually just happened like a couple days ago now. So it's very recent, but it's kind of an FO, so I just thought I'd show it first. These I haven't worked on since October. They kind of became my... Oh, hey, I did start this. Oh, hey, I did start the second sock. Y'all, I didn't think that I had. I did not remember this at all. So these socks, I keep them in this yarn. What does she call them? I don't remember, but I'll link the shop below. Where's her tag? Hold on. It'll be linked below, but that's the name of the shop. She is on Etsy, I think. I think she's on Etsy. Diana Couture. I got this little bag from a friend, so it has snaps up here and it has like the openings. So I usually bring my yarn from the center and snap it closed, and then it has a handle and I just carry it on my arm. I have taken this to work with me. I work in the football stadium. If you are new here, I work in premium areas. So I only work during Saturday home games. I can't bring it then to work on. But I work the Friday before games, helping the box holders like get into their boxes, check things, bring whatever they want for game day. Not whatever they want. It's usually alcohol, honestly. It's usually alcohol. But anyway, I had been taking this on Fridays for servicing to work on during downtimes. So the first week I was like up here and I think I like got to the gusset or something. And then our last game was on Halloween, actually. So the Friday before, I was working on this again, and I don't know, I was like somewhere in here on the foot. I think I'd already finished gusset decreases. So I finished the foot and I had started the toe and I didn't get to complete it while I was at work because, I was working. But then either later that day or sometime that weekend, I don't know, I apparently finished the toe. I didn't even remember. So this first sock is complete, and I am a strict believer in as soon as you finish the first one, cast the second one on right then. Um, Now, I don't really get second sock syndrome, I don't think. Um, I haven't really been like into the knitting socks as much as I have been in the past, but I love knitting socks so much that I really don't get second sock syndrome. But I've also been following this rule, like cast it on immediately for a while. So there's that. But really, I like just casting it on immediately because even if I don't start like working really on the second sock right then, it's ready to go for when I need a sock. Um, So it just makes more sense to me to go ahead and cast it on. Yeah, this Progress Keeper, I don't quite remember where I got it from, but I love it. So that's the start of sock 2, just a few rows of the ribbing. I am knitting these, I mean for me, but I will be including them as an entry for the hashtag Festive Sock Along, which is hosted by Amy of the Stranded podcast, who's the dyer behind Stranded Dye Works that I just mentioned. Um, oh my gosh, y'all, Stranded just turned 5. And Amy had her birthday a few days before, so yay, November birthdays, all the things. Oh, that's so exciting. Anyway, yeah, so this is for the festive sock along. She hosts it every year. It's during October and November, so I think it ends on December 1st. But yeah, just festive socks. So it can be winter themed, Christmas themed, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. Festive winter socks. That's it. This yarn is, whoops, that's blowing out. This is Gingerbread Man in, that's a little better. This is Gingerbread Man in, nope. The yarn is by Hypnotic Yarn in the colorway Gingerbread Man. That's what I was trying to say. So you can see it is blowing out a bit. It's got more browns in the base, and then it's got green and red speckles. Anyway, so there's that. I am knitting this on my ChowGoo Mini Twist needles. This is a US 00, 1.75 millimeter. Okay, there's that. I took way too long to talk about this one sock, but there was a lot happening there. So there's that. I haven't worked on it, like I said, since October. I'll show this one first. So, yeah, I'll show this one first. So, this is also part of retail therapy. There was yarn flying around. I had a Michael's visit the other day. I was going for cross stitch supplies, so I'll show you. Anyway, basically, I was going for floss and some fabric. They didn't have the fabric. They didn't have the floss, thank goodness, or some of it. But anyway, they had the floss. They didn't have fabric. And every time I go in Michael's, I always look at the yarn. Probably should stop doing that. But this day was fruitful. They had, so this is my second skein. I didn't bring all of them over, but they had 5 skeins left of this beautiful fall yarn. So you can see what it looks like without the ball band. Oh my gosh. There's a there's a hashtag and a term, right? Yarn porn right here. I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, that's glorious. I wonder what it's called because, you know, of course, when I looked at it, I was like, that's very fall. The name of it. So this is Loops and Threads Impeccable, which is Loops and Threads is Michael's house brand of yarn. Their Impeccable line, which is worsted weight. I think it's this way, yep. And this is the Falling Leaves Variegated colorway. So I saw the name of it and was like, yes, please. Need it. They only had 5 skeins left. I got all 5 skeins. Not ashamed. I got all 5 skeins, and while I was standing there with all of them on my arms, because I was like, do you really need this? But like also COVID, and I had already touched them all, so I was like, are you really gonna put all this back on the shelf now? Like, you've just been holding them, like you totally have to buy them. Whatever. I wasn't sad. I had gift cards, so it worked out. And all the yarn was buy one, get one 50% off, so that worked out. It caused me to get a 6th skein, which I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, so I decided to use this for a garment. So this is the garment so far, and that is showing up in perfect color. Like, literally, that's perfect. Although the yarn was showing perfectly too, so I should have known that was going to happen. So this is the Winter Nights cardigan by Shannon Larson. Oh my gosh, I just love this. So it is a drop sleeve cardigan. So it looks huge, and I am holding it up to my body here. So it looks huge, but as you can see, sorry, this neckline is like really high on my t-shirt. So as you can see, this comes down on part of the arm. So that's a drop sleeve. The body of the garment drops over to become part of the sleeve. And I love drop sleeves. My favorite sleeves, for anyone who's wondering, um, are, okay, so for cardigans, either drop sleeves or set-in sleeves. For sweaters, all of the above, and also raglans. I can do raglans, but it has to be a sweater. I can't do raglan cardigans. Yeah. This is my Rosemont cardigan. Side note, this is my Rosemont cardigan by Hannah Fettig. Now I can't find the top of it. This has raglan sleeves, and it doesn't really, I don't know. I think something also went weird the one time that I blocked it, but I don't know. They don't really fit me all that great. They don't fit the way that I want them to, so it's okay. Here's kind of a better look. You can see like where the raglan increases were. But yeah, anyway, it is a fun pattern to knit. You can see all the pills from my yarn. I need a gleaner, but I also don't care. Anyway, it also looks like that because it's basically the only cardigan garment that I have actually finished. This is the third cardigan that I have started now. I need to finish the other two. I have sweaters that still need to be finished. Y'all, it's ridiculous. Anyway, Winter Nights by Shannon Larson. It is worked from the top down, as you can see. You work the neck bands as you go. It's not a button band because there aren't any buttonholes. It's meant to be an open front cardigan. This is, like I said, this yarn is actually Aran weight, not worsted weight. But I'm really enjoying it. So these are just like the last couple days that I worked on it, but I need to move these now. I don't remember where that one's from. This one is from Cabinet of Curios, who is taking a break currently. But I'll still link the shop. So yeah, there's the cardigan so far. I have already finished the tops and joined everything. So I'm just working on the body now. It has the same detail that's like on the button bands is under the sleeves, which I didn't even realize from the pictures. So that was fun to get to that part and realize that there's even just a little bit more interest. So yeah, I love it. I love it. That is where that is. I, as you can see, have gotten a good bit of the second skein done already. Ooh, my hair is completely falling apart throughout this video. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and mention this. The floss that I bought. This is the retail therapy bit, right? The floss that I bought, mostly black, and then a couple of other colors for some projects. And then, like I said, they were having a buy one, get one 50% off on all the yarn, not just certain brands. So I hurried back because they even had a giant sign and I didn't even see that. The lady at the counter when I was checking out was like, "You have 5. Do you want to, like, because, you know, this deal." Yes, I do. So I went back and I picked up this really pretty skein of Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick. This is a super bulky weight, and the colorway is Hudson Bay. So I don't, I think it's going to be a hat. It's going to be for me, whatever it is. I think it's going to be a hat. I was kind of thinking, ooh, but what about a cowl? I think it's going to be a hat. Yeah, see, I don't really do ponchos. Anyway, I think it's going to be a hat. They have this, like, poncho pattern. I guess that's the pattern on the inside of the ball band. It's super cute, but I don't know. I don't really wear a lot of ponchos. I also don't have a lot of ponchos, but it's fine. I'm gonna make a hat out of that. So that was the retail therapy. We're done with that. Okay, so this is the second to last knitting project. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna talk about this one first. So this, I've actually been using. I got a yarn bowl off of Etsy like literal years ago, 3 or 4 years ago now. Um, yeah, I love it. I love it. And it matches my apartment because why not? Matches like the furniture and stuff so that it would blend in. So I think that I did mention this on the last episode. I think that I did because I put a progress keeper here. So this is the Scrappy, nope. The name of the pattern is Squishy Dot Cushion by Kate Celine, another free pattern. And Winter Nights is not a free pattern, that cardigan, just so we're clear. Um, this is a free pattern though. She has a bunch of like scrappy free patterns on her website, so totally go look. Yeah, so I am making a big pillow for my bed for me to like lean back against if I want to just like sit in bed and chat and craft. I don't know who I'm chatting to, probably the TV as I watch cooking competition shows. That's who I'm chatting to. Anyway, yeah, so I have started this pillow. Um, and yeah, I haven't really done, where's the marker? I haven't really done all that much since you last saw it. I just kind of picked it up the other day and did a little bit. So that's where I was the last time, and yeah, I mean, I've done a little bit. This progress keeper is the Cheshire Cat butt from My Beloved Adoria. I'm not going to tell you the yarns that are in this because I'm just using scraps. There we go. So these are the two bags of... I did say at the beginning that this was going to be a hot mess, didn't I? Anyway, so these are the bags of scraps that I'm just kind of using. I'm just like picking whatever really, going with the flow. I don't have it planned out or anything. So this is what the first side is looking like. I'm really enjoying it. So right now, I'll show you the two yarns that I'm using. These two are being marled together. Isn't it so cool, like, how things show up? I, like, just added in this blue color, really, so there's not a lot of it. But anyway, I'm using those two. This one's a self-striping, so that's interesting. And then next, I'm going to be putting these two together. I'm really excited about that. But yeah, all my stitches are scrunched up on the needle. At some point, I'm going to have to go to a bigger needle for this because I still got a lot of stitches to increase. I need this to be way bigger. It's not there yet. So that is that. Hopefully by the next time that I show it to you, it'll be bigger and I will have had to put it on bigger needles so that you can see it a little bit better. I'm using, all of my other projects have been on my ChowGoo needles, either the twist interchangeables or the mini twist interchangeables, which was the socks. This pattern is on my Clover Takumi needles. They're wooden. I got the set at, well, I think at the time I actually bought it at either Hobby Lobby or Joann's because I was still living at home and we don't have a Michaels there. For the record, I do not shop at Hobby Lobby anymore. The funny part about that is that I haven't been shopping there for years if I can help it, because at home we have a Hobby Lobby on one side and a Joann on the other, and Joann is just cheaper. So I started shopping at Joann, and then I moved here, and I have very easy access to a Michaels, which is me and Mom's favorite out of the three. And I also pass by a Joann's all the time because Joann's is close to my boyfriend's apartment. So yeah, and the Hobby Lobby is like in the next town over. So it works out, but also because of Hobby Lobby's practices. So it all works. Will not support them. Okay, so for this last knitting project, we're doing kind of good timing here. So for this last knitting project, I don't remember where this bag is from, but it's one of my favorites. Oh my gosh, it was worth every penny. Because I remember when I bought it, this was, I think this might have been one of the last project bags that I bought, really, knitting wise. And I remember thinking, you know, that's really expensive, you know, as all handmade things are. You're paying for somebody's time and effort, and I totally get that. But at the time, I was like, okay, that's a little expensive. It is also a large bag, which, you know, the bigger the bag, the more it's going to cost. But I couldn't leave it behind. It's super colorful, and y'all know I'm about all the color. Um, and then it's got like this fun geometric pattern. I had to have it. It couldn't stay in the shop. It wouldn't have. Somebody else would have bought it, but I got it. It's a drawstring. Um, oh, I just love this bag. It has, oh, just the one handle. I don't really think I've ever used that handle, but it's there. Anyway, so in this is my half and half triangles wrap, which is a, guess what, free pattern. I gotta go buy some patterns from these people. Although, I don't remember if Pearl Soho, I'm sure they have a paid pattern somewhere, right? Maybe? I don't know. A lot, they have a bunch of free patterns though. So check out Pearl Soho. Pearl is in knitting, Purlssoho. Again, I'll link them below, but they have a lot of free patterns, and yeah. So anyway, this is a free pattern. I am knitting this as part of the hashtag halfwrapcal, all the hashtags today. Halfwrapcal, Kal, which is being hosted by Caitlin and Jackie of the Caddy Jacks Knits podcast. And I'm pretty sure that this is a year-long knit-along. They started it, I don't know, sometime earlier this year, like a few months ago. And from the second they showed it, like when they had first found out about the pattern and they started knitting it, I knew I had to make one. I knew I needed it. So it's gonna look super weird. Um, and well, I don't know where, I don't really know where it last was when y'all saw it, because I've been showing it on vlogs and stuff, and I just don't know. But if you remember, I said that I was going to be striping each side. Um, I'm alternating skeins because the way that my stash was set up, and is still set up, I don't have a ton of yarn at this point, which makes me really sad. I gotta get my life together so I can go back to buying hand-dyed yarn. But I don't have two skeins that were the same thing at this point. So I just found some skeins that looked good together, and I'm doing it that way. So it's called the half and half triangles wrap. You knit one triangle, which is half of the wrap, and then you start on the other triangle. So I finished the first triangle. Again, it's gonna look weird. One, because the stitches are bunched up on the needles. Uh, so yeah, I can't really spread it out, but there's like the first half. So I started down here at the bottom, and then you work and you wrap and turn stitches on this side, so you're working in short rows until you get to the top of this triangle. And then again, it's a free pattern, so I'm not giving anything away. And then you work a little bit, you work like 2 rows across the whole thing. Meh. Okay, and then you start in on the second triangle. And I found this very interesting because I totally thought that we would probably be starting up here and like work our way back down. No, you're knitting in, why does that look weird? Oh, never mind, I know what happened. It's fine. Oh, because I'm pulling on that. Okay, never mind. Everything's good. I know what happened. Um, Anyway, so you're working in the same direction, right? Like this was where I started in the beginning. So I'm working still from the bottom to the top, and it made me think, like, not that I would necessarily want to do I don't know that I would want to do that much purling on this project, but the way that it's written, if you wanted to work in stockinette instead of garter, your stitches would be going in the same direction. I love that. It did make me think maybe I'll do a stockinette version at some point. I don't mind long purl rows. Um, but yeah, so let's talk about this first of all. Um, okay, I'm gonna do it this way. It's just easiest because coincidentally, I have it's like sets of two. One's from one dyer and the other's from another dyer. It just kind of worked out that way. So these two are from Lolo Did It, from her Quotable Dumbledore Club this year. This one is Choices, and this one is Words. The other two skeins are by Rita Mae Yarns. This one, these colors are showing up perfect. Maybe I don't need sunlight on a daily basis when I record. This is from Rita Mae Yarns, are where they're from. This is her Autumn Leaves colorway. I love it. And this is Chai and Raspberries. I think you can actually see a little bit of the pink in there too, which is where the raspberries comes in. So the first side was very autumn, fall, which I was hoping that I wouldn't finish it before November was over. You know, kind of finish the fall with the fall, but it's fine. I've just been so in love with this project. It's been such good garter. And then, you know, obviously as I was getting up here, the rows got shorter, so it got quicker to finish it. Yeah, and then the second side is what I'm calling my Huga, like cozy comfort during the winter vibes. So there's that. Super stoked. So as far as the first side is concerned, combined, I don't know how much I had at the beginning because I didn't weigh it, but combined leftover, I have about 70 grams. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Of course, my first thing was, oh, make socks, but I don't know that that's going to happen. I don't know that it's not going to happen. But I haven't quite decided yet. I'm going to wait until I finish the whole project because I love how these colors play together, all four of them. So I'm just waiting until I finish the project and seeing how much I have left of these two, the second yarns, before I do anything. So, come on. So yeah, I have started on the second side and I'm really enjoying this. I love this second side. Like I loved the first side and the colors and the vibe, but oh my gosh, y'all, this second side, I couldn't get enough last night. Yeah, I love it. I thought I was gonna go back to stitching and then I just kept knitting. Like this was where I was when I made my Instagram post last night and I just kept knitting. And I'm gonna keep knitting. This is probably what I'm gonna work on when I finish recording. Um, this octopus tentacle marker is also from Cabinet of Curios. I love it. Okay. Oh, see, project bag. We have these things for a reason. But actually, on this note, yep, that was all the things. So I am going to pause again here. I'm going to grab my spinning stuff and bring that over. And then I have a little bit of a stitchy kindness that we're going to talk about that I need to find. Did I really lose it? Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to go grab the next set of things to talk about and I will be right back. Okay, that if there was a weird thing there, it's because I hit play, then hit pause again by accident, and now we're playing, so it's fine. Okay, um, spinning. we're in the last stretch here, y'all. Um, spinning. So if you are not aware of what spinning is, you take. Did I seriously not bring any fiber? Okay, hold again because wow. Okay, hold real quick. Okay, I swear I have my life together. So, if you are not aware of what spinning is, what I'm talking about, you take fluff. So this is a braid of fiber. You can see it's braided, right? I don't know. Not quite sure which end is the start, but anyway, you basically pull this apart. It's essentially a crochet chain. You're basically chaining over and over. That's how you get this braid. But yeah, it is fiber. I was gonna try to take this end apart. There we go. Maybe. Okay, I'm not gonna try. I don't want to mess it up. This is some very nice fiber. It's got silk in it. It's merino silk. So I haven't used it just yet. But yeah, so you take fiber, the fluff, and then you make yarn. So I'm gonna set this right here. I don't want it to get messed up. Okay, so I have been spinning. Funny story, I started spinning 3 months before I started cross stitching. So I have a bunch of fiber, not like a ton, but like for somebody that doesn't really spin all that much, like I literally was spinning for 3 months before I started cross stitching. Like I have a good bit of fiber in there that I need to use up. So if I don't remember what vlog day it was, I think it was day 3. It's the longest one so far because I was talking about a bunch of spinning. But if you watch the November 3rd vlog, I actually have all my fiber laid out on my bed and I showed that. So yeah, I have a lot of fiber, y'all, that I need to get spinning. So when I got back to this, okay, where do I want to start? Let's go in kind of a makes sense type order, just in case you aren't, you don't know about spinning and you have no idea how this works. So this is not necessarily the order that I did things in, but it will make sense as far as the spinning process. So you take your fiber and you spin it on a wheel, on a drop spindle, on some tool to help you spin the fiber into what we call singles. I have used, hold, how long has that been sitting like that? Oh my gosh. Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine. Anyway, I so far have used my electric eel wheel. That's what that stands for. Electric eel wheel mini. And this is by Dreaming Robots. They have bigger wheels than this, which I honestly might get one day. And then they have a second version. So I'll just show it now. So this was the mini, right? It's small. This they called the nano, whatever. This is the nano, and it was more of an up-to-date version. The bobbins hold more. It's easier to like flip between spinning and between your twist directions. Anyway, I'm not going into all this. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. Everyone was having like kind of the same major issue when they first came out. So cool, I finally got around to fixing that issue and then it wouldn't work. So I need to try it again and see if anything has changed, see if I can maybe figure it out. But I literally have had this for a year now, maybe going on 2 years, and I haven't used it yet. It was sitting forever because I hadn't fixed it, and now I fixed it, and yeah, it's fine. I haven't, like I said, I haven't tried it again since that day, so maybe it just needed time, and it works now. I have no idea. It's a little frustrating, let me tell you. But on that same note, a really good friend is, so she offered, last month, she offered me her spinning wheel because she thought she was going to use it and she didn't. And she has also a good bit, I won't say a good bit, but she has some fiber at least. So I'm going to be getting some of that too. Yeah, it will probably, it'll happen either sometime this month, like around my birthday, because she's visiting family for Thanksgiving. And so we're going to meet up somehow to transfer the wheel, because spinning wheels are not things that you send in the mail. You can, But I would literally rather just meet her somewhere and get it, because I don't trust people with things like that. Anyway, so that'll be happening either the end of this month or beginning of December. Super stoked. So there will definitely be a lot of spinning coming. Don't you worry. But anyway, all that to say, I've been using my e-spinner, which stands for electric spinner. So you literally plug it into a power source and you can go. So you take the fluff, you spin it into singles. Yeah. So this is the same fiber as these two skeins. I'll come back to this in a second. So this is the singles. These are the last two singles of that fiber that I spun. And I just have, these singles were resting, so I just had them like held down so that the twist doesn't come out of the fiber. But once you're supposed to let your singles rest for a little bit. And once you do that, you ply them. So let me figure out. Okay, oh yeah, that's not attached. So then you ply the singles, however many you have. You can have like 4-ply yarn. If you've ever like separated a strand of yarn, if it says 4-ply, that's why. There are 4 different singles in that yarn, and they are all plied together. Yeah. So, this is what I was plying during the vlogs. So not those 2 bobbins that you saw, obviously, but 2 more. I had 4 sets of 2 for this fiber. Yeah, so I am plying it, and this is now set. I let the ply rest also for a little bit, and now I need to wind this off and then wash it and everything. And then it's yarn, ready to use. So this fiber is the Tuscan Sunrise colorway from Created by LCB. I love it. So is this the first skein? No. This was the first skein that I did. I love it. And then this was the second skein. So the way that so I split my fiber. Again, I talk about this a lot in episode 3 of the vlogs, or day 3 of the November vlogs. I'm not gonna repeat a bunch of it. Plus this video is already long enough. But yeah, so I split up all of my yarn, and the way that it got joined, this one is like a brighter, like it has both the darks and the brighter tones, and this one has more of the like darker tones in it. And then this one will also be more of the darker tones, so you can see. Okay, this wheel, because it was the first one that I got, or spinner, whatever, is not like the greatest for plying, in my opinion. So plus I like couldn't necessarily figure it out. Whatever, it's fine. I learned how to spin on a drop spindle. So I just ply on my drop spindle, and I don't mind that. So you can see through the top whorl there, like it goes through orange and different colors, all that jazz. Yeah, so you ply, and then you wash it to set it, and then you get yarn. And yes, you can use the yarn to knit. That is the whole point. This is how yarn is made. You know, obviously a lot of it is machine done. You know, it's not necessarily done by like a person like now, but this is literally how yarn's made, y'all. They spin the fiber into singles, they ply it, and then you have yarn. Like I said, obviously it's just more machine done, but I love it. I love spinning so much, y'all. And no, I have not used any of my hand spun yet. I need to get on that. But anyway, back to the plying bit. I'm gonna turn it this way. So this is how I ply. Everything's shifting. I looked up a video on YouTube when I was first learning spinning and things. And I found during one of the videos they were talking about rigging up your own, sorry for the glare off the needles, they were talking about rigging up a lazy Kate. So when you have a traditional wheel, like the ones people think about when you say a spinning wheel, uh, there is generally like a couple pegs on there to stand as your lazy Kate. And basically all your lazy Kate does is hold your bobbins that have the singles on it while you ply, instead of them like, I don't know, being willy-nilly. They're held somewhere and it makes it easier. Um, yeah, so this is what I've been plying from. It's just a cardboard box that I had at the time, and I quite literally stabbed the box with the needles. Like, there was no, like, let me punch nice little holes in it. Like, no, I literally took the needle and just stabbed through the box. Like, it's fine. um, no needles or hands or, well, I guess the box was hurt, but, like, inanimate object. Anyway, so this is what I have left to ply from this third skein that I'm making. The spindle, because these last couple skeins, I was spinning very thin, which is good. That's great. I'm getting thinner yarn. This one's going to be about it'll be like fingering to maybe a light DK in some parts of it, but it'll be like definitely about a sport weight when I'm done. So I'm super excited about that. But the bobbin or the spindle was getting too heavy, and eventually my singles, because they were so thin, they just kept snapping because the spindle was too heavy. So I am going to, I need to wind this off now so that I can ply up the rest of this and then move on to the next game. What else do I want to say? Someone commented on one of the blogs saying, oh, you know, you could use like a Turkish spindle. I guess she was saying like, oh, you know, it's easy to ply on there and you could just finish it on there. I do have a Turkish spindle. I got this from the Woolery. I don't remember exactly who it's made by. And I don't see it on here. Or it might be covered up. I don't remember exactly who it's made by. The cool thing about Turkish spindles is that you can take all these pieces apart. So like this here is called a cob. And when you finish your spinning, plying, whatever, and you take all the pieces apart, the cob, it acts as a center pull ball. So like you can just ply from the cob, you can, like you're done. It's cool. Um, yeah, so as you can see, I started spinning up some fiber on this. It's part of a rainbow set. Uh, I think I'm gonna spin up the rest of this red on here. I'm not quite sure. I might just wind this off. Uh, like I might just ply this with, because this is about half of this red fiber. And I don't really feel like spinning on this Turkish right now. It's really fun. I just don't feel like doing this right now. I prefer to spin on my spinner or, you know, a wheel. Um, so yeah, I think I'm going to spin the other half and then ply this. I might ply it on the Turkish again, but yeah. So anyway, I can't ply on my Turkish right now because it has fiber already on it. And this is a smaller Turkish, I think, but I really love it. Okay, I think that that's everything I kind of wanted to mention about that. Let's put those back in there. Yeah, so drop spindle, applying, and then, yeah, so I think I did tell you, created by LCB. I have several things of her fiber because I was trying to be like, she does a monthly fiber club, and I was trying to be in that for a little bit when I started, and then money got tight, and then I started cross stitching, so I got super distracted. But yeah, so these are the first two skeins of this fiber. I'll have two more, or two and like a little mini, probably two more and then two minis, but anyway. So when I picked my spindle back up, so I finished spinning the last of that fiber, and then there was already fiber that was on my spindle that I had plied. And the last little bit of it got thrown away. Like on purpose. I was totally conscious when I did this, but it's fine. I wasn't that worried about it. I didn't really want to like fuss with it. I would have had a little bit more yarn, but it doesn't matter because these are 2 different weights anyway, so it's fine. It's all good. And yeah, it's okay. I do kind of feel sad, but I don't feel sad. I have so much fiber in there, like, it's gonna be okay. So this fiber, and I will link the shop down below that I got these tags from. I think it's Cut Up Glue Down, but these are the little tags. So the name of the fiber, where you got it from, the fiber content. This is wraps per inch. It helps you figure out what weight you just spun up. Yards or meters, ounces or grams, and then like any notes that you want to put. So on all of mine, I have how many plies it is and what method I used to spin. So for any of the spinners spinning knowledgeable out there, I have pretty much been spinning short forward draw or short backward draw, which are both worsted spinning techniques. So yeah, again, I'm not explaining all of this like to the nitty gritty details. If you know, you know, and if you don't know, well, I'm kind of telling you, go look it up. I love spinning. There's a lot of like thought that really goes into it if you want to make it that detailed and that purposeful, right? Like there's also for sure something to be said about just spinning to spin. And all of this I have just been spinning to spin and I'm getting what I get. Um, I'm waiting until I get the big wheel and from my friend and like get it figured out and everything before I start purposely spinning or purposefully spinning, you know, like for certain projects or trying to get a certain weight. I'm just spinning to spin right now. Um, anyway, this fiber I actually got from a friend. Some of my first skeins of fiber are fiber that I got from not the same friend that's giving me a wheel, a different friend. Because she is also a spinner and she, you know, of course, had some fiber that I could use to start learning. So she gave me this. It was 1 skein of Knit Picks Wool of the Andes roving. So if you're a Knit Picks fan, you'll know that they have Wool of the Andes yarn, which that's what this, whoops, that's what this was made out of. This is Wool of the Andes in their worsted weight. So they also have Wool of the Andes roving, which I think is super awesome. And it's the same content. It's 100% Peruvian Highland wool. I loved making that cardigan. So I was really excited to find out that they sold the fiber for it and you can spin it up yourself. So like I was saying before, as you can see, these spun up to be 2 different weights. This one I was spinning super thin and the ply is like, this one is definitely a fingering weight. And it's very consistent too. Like I love this skein. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use it for just yet. It's only 173 yards, so it's going to be something small. Maybe some hand warmers or something. I don't know yet. But yeah, I love this. So this one is definitely a fingering weight. And I have washed this, so this is completely done. So yeah, there's that. And then this one, so this one has not been washed. This is what I took off of the spindle. Yeah, this time when I like got back to my spinning. So this looks like, for right now, it's really like a DK weight. And it's not completely consistent, but it is mostly consistent, honestly. Um, yeah, so this is about a sport DK. So it'll probably be more of a DK weight once it is washed and dried and everything, but I love it. I still love it. I'm sad that I totally had a feeling that these weren't gonna be the same thickness once they were done. I'm sad that they aren't, but it's okay. This first one totally, it shows me that I am totally capable of doing thin spinning. And I mean, it's a 2-ply, so like you can see how thin it is when it's plied. So each of those plies was, you know, it's thin. So I'm excited. I still need to wash this one. And then I have other like DK about weight yarns in there. Like this one's It looks like these might end up being about the same. Like that would be really pretty. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Um, yeah, this is the Persimmon Heather colorway of that Knit Picks roving. Okay. I think that's it for the spinning. Yeah, I haven't really done much. Like, I showed it off in that one vlog, and then I think I plied a little bit more the next day, because that was when the plies started breaking on the spindle, and then I really haven't touched it since then. Because I was letting things rest, but now everything's done resting, so I need to, like, get going. I wanted to, like, get some of my fibers spun up, and just, you know, like, get back in the feel of spinning before I receive the spinning wheel. So hopefully I'll get back to that sometime in the next week. We'll see. Okay, so then I already showed you the retail therapy. It was just the Michael's yarn and the floss. Oh, y'all, I'm getting tired. Okay, so this last thing that I have to show you is, I can't show that. I need to just take this out. It's from S. Ward Designs. So pardon, I haven't opened this yet, as you can see. So this is from Sylvia from S. Ward Designs on Etsy. And I'm sure you will recognize that name if you've been watching other floss tubers. She has really been making the rounds with getting this product out there. So she has come up with project trackers. And she did, like other people, she did reach out to me and ask if she could send these to me. And I was like, heck yes, because I'd already seen them on a couple people's channels. So I was really looking forward to this. So hold on, because I haven't opened this, I'm gonna like scan through this letter that she sent me. And I'm gonna pause so that you don't have to sit through this. Okay, so, okay, let me try to separate them because she said that she sent 2 different ones. Yep. Oh, that's smart. Okay, she had them turned 2 different ways. Anyway, so these are project trackers, and in her little note, you know, obviously she's been sending them to a lot of floss tubers, but they are designed and they're very simple enough where you could use them for any craft. So I might actually be using some of these for my knitting also. I'm not quite sure. I haven't decided just yet, but you could use them for knitting. She says, I designed these to work for all types of projects: cross stitch, knitting, crochet, quilting, diamond painting, too. I'm gonna add an etc. on there, right? Like, I mean, really, like, you're just tracking a project, so you could use it for anything. I love this already. I loved it already anyway. Like I said, I'd already seen it on other people's channels. So she sent 2 different ones. And if you watch Sammy J's latest video, she was the one that I was watching yesterday where she talked about this. And some of the new ones that Sylvia mentioned in there, because she has a 5-year one now for bats. Yeah, like go check out Sammy's where she shows it because she does have those. And I will link Sylvia's shop, of course, below. She has PDF files now. She's working on, or I think she's already created a new version where you can track your hours, right? So let me show you these. So project tracker, and at the top, so these are the 2020 to 2022 cards. And I have actually been keeping calendars for most of this year. Maybe not the entire year, but most of this year for my projects. Like I write in like what I worked on. At least half of this year I definitely have. So I'm not quite sure which projects are going to go on here, but I have some data that I could put in for that. So I might be doing that soon. So you have a line for project name, the designer, fabric. So like obviously, you know, cross stitch, you would put the fabric, notes, you could put your floss or whatever. If you're knitting, you could do fabric, you could put the yarn here, and then like maybe you put the size needles or, you know, so totally adjustable. And then you have a start date, finish date, the number of days if you want to like total that up at the end. Yeah, so then there's a 2020 calendar down there. And then on the back, so there are several here, but on the back are the next 2 years calendars. So this one is from this year to 2022. Yeah, these I'm definitely, because 2020 is almost over now, I will be using these for current projects. Ooh, excuse me. Um, obviously, because I will have some stuff for 2020 to mark on there. And then, ooh, the other ones that she sent me are 2021 to 2023. So still a 3-year span, but these I will be starting to use next year as I start projects. So all the same info to keep track of on there. And then there's the next 2 calendar years. I'm here for it. And she, again, I will link her Etsy shop down below. So yeah, she has the 5-year cards now. I know Sammy showed some of those, 2021 to 2025. I don't know if she has one for like 20 to 24. Can't remember. I'm trying to remember from watching Sammy's video, because I'm horrible and I haven't like gone over to the Etsy shop yet. But I definitely will be, to check out for sure some of the BAP trackers that she has. And then in this one, she uses past tense, saying she created a new version for keeping track of hours. So I'm sure it's already there. So check that out if you are one of those people that likes to track hours that you've been stitching. What else? Yeah, she also has PDF versions of these too, so you can just buy the file and then print it out yourself. Yeah, so definitely go check her out. Thank you, Sylvia, so much for sending these to me. Let's see, there are 1, 2, 3, I think there are 5 of each. 2, yep, 5 of each. So I will definitely be figuring something out. I definitely have 10 projects that I can keep track of. So yeah, I'm gonna figure something out for these. By figure something out, I mean what projects I want to put on there. Really, if I had thought about it, I would have like at least done one already so you could kind of see it, but I will, I'll make sure that I have at least a couple filled out for the next time, and we can show them off. But I didn't even think about that because I already knew what it was, and I already knew that I was really into this idea. So, yeah, so, I have spreadsheets that I keep up with. Like I have spreadsheets on Excel that's basically a calendar. Like, no lie, y'all. It's basically a calendar. And I like recently have already set up my 2021 spreadsheet, and I think that I will still do those because I'm a new age kid. What can I say? I grew up with, technology. So I just like having it digitally. It works a little better for me. But I've really been thinking, me and my mom were talking the other day about using another planner that she gave me. This is what I started using, but I fell through. And I have another one that my mom gave me that I'm going to use for next year. So this is going to go really hand in hand. And I know my mom isn't watching this, but she doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to be asking her to make me a planner. I'm going to go and buy some more of these from Sylvia. And then print a bunch out. And then when I go home for Christmas, I'm going to ask my mom to maybe make me like a little flip through book of them, because my mom's a paper crafter. She's a scrapbooker. She makes her own planners. Like, she does card making. She's amazing, y'all. She's just super cool. I love her. Um, both because she's my mom and because she's a great crafter. Anyway. Yeah, so I totally had that thought last night. Like, if I print out a bunch and like get projects on them, or even just printing out some blank ones too, maybe mom can make a book for me. And I like, Sylvia had these printed on a little bit of a tougher paper. I don't know what pound it is. See, That I'm not explaining that because I can't. I don't really know. But some things I actually do learn from my mom being a paper crafter. So this is really nice paper. And I know that my mom has really nice paper too. So even if I have to print some more out at Christmas, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet. I just know I want her to make me a book of these. She has no idea this is happening, but it's going to happen. Okay. So thank you, Sylvia, if you are watching, for sending those to me. I'm super stoked. I'm kind of sad that I waited until the end to show them, but I'll be mentioning them in future episodes because I'm really going to try to use them and, like I said, print out some more and things. I should ask Mom about better paper so that when I print them out, they're on good paper like that, actually. Note to self. Okay, y'all. It's a 2-hour video. I'm not editing anything because editing software. The sad part about this is that I don't know what's been going on with the tablet. So I use Wondershare Filmora, and I love the program. I'm not unhappy with the program. My subscription just ran out at the end of October. So like the last week of October, I was recording vlogs for y'all, and that was going to be the WIP update. And my subscription ran out during that period, and money's tight, so I didn't have the money to replace it, which, like I said earlier, was one of the reasons I started the Buy Me a Pattern link, so I can get there. Anyway, Filmora has a mobile app, Filmora Go, and yeah, I bought like the pro thing for it because not that I don't think anyone would judge me or anything for having like the Filmora watermark at the end. I just didn't want it on there, and it's only a couple dollars a month on Filmora Go to buy the pro version. So I just did that, and everything was going well with the vlogs. And then my tablet is really weird. I don't know. It just never seems to have enough space. Even though I have an SD card, like as I was doing the vlogs each day, I was like transferring things, and yeah, I don't know, but it's fine. Yeah, so I can still edit. I did this literally the other day, y'all. My tablet was being crazy, so I was like, forget it. I'm gonna put the videos on here that I need to join on my laptop. Let's see if the laptop will still let me edit. Yes, but I can't export things, which is what I need because they use a different file type that YouTube does not recognize. So I have to let them convert it, and then I take it to YouTube and upload it. Yeah, so that wasn't working because the subscription ran out, and it says like, oh, like they have this thing that pops up and it's like, oh, free account, just sign in, it's free, and there won't be a watermark. They lied. Because I went to export it and there was a giant watermark right across the video, and I was like, nope, nope, we're not exporting this. It would have been different if it was like the one at the end that they were talking about, or if it was like in the corner or something, but it was literally like a giant strip that said Filmora, like going across the center of the video. Like it wasn't gonna work. Like if it had been something that I could have managed, I would have uploaded it still. Like I would have let it export, but it was right across the screen. It was not gonna work. So it's gonna be okay. This is how it's gonna have to be for a little bit. There won't be any editing. That's why I'm making sure that I do like say the things for sure. If I forget anything in the show notes down below, let me know. Like seriously, I would appreciate it if you would tell me so that I can add the link, because if you're looking for it, probably someone else is also. Um, Sorry, neighbors again, if y'all can hear that. Yeah, and then I am also going to be recording sometime this weekend, probably. I'm going to be recording a craft with me to put up because I had a request for some more craft with me videos. So don't worry, that was always the plan. I just wasn't sure yet how I was going to do that with vlogging happening this month. But yeah, I will be recording another floss tube in 2 weeks from now. Literally 2 weeks from now is my birthday, y'all. I'm stoked. Um, oh my gosh, literally 2 weeks because it's Thursday. Yay! Okay. Anyway, not the point. I will have, so probably not that week because it'll be the week of Thanksgiving. Probably not that week. Okay, so I will either come back in 2 weeks with another little floss tube update, or you'll have to wait another 3 weeks, which means it'll be another long video. Sorry, not sorry. I will be doing a floss, there will definitely be a floss tube that first week or weekend of December so that I can catch you up on all the things that happened, throughout the rest of November. So watch out for that. It'll be 2 or 3 weeks before the next floss tube, but I will be doing some craft with me videos in between then. And yeah, hopefully we'll get the vlogs going again. Thank you so much to everyone that has donated to the Buy Me a Pattern already. Yeah, yeah, seriously, thank y'all so much. You're helping me get closer to having my editing software back. Yeah. Anyway, I hope that everyone is doing well. Last week on Saturday, we found out that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris won the election. I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. Yeah, yeah. Our patience paid off. Our efforts paid off. We're on track to start healing, y'all. Yeah, so I hope everyone has been good. I hope that you're able to get some crafting time, or at least some relaxing time, and crafting vicariously through other people if that's what you have to do. But yeah, I hope you're all well. I hope you're healthy, staying sane, all the things. And I will chat with y'all later. So until the next time you see me, happy crafting, y'all. Bye.